For this project, we are analyzing how a scene conveys meaning by looking at a particular segment of smoke signals. Based upon the short story, This Is What It Means to Say Phoenix, Arizona, written by Sherman Alexie. In this scene, we come upon a wreck. Victor and Thomas have left Phoenix and are traveling back to the reservation when they must swerve to avoid an accident in the road. Crashing their vehicle as well, Victor and Thomas emerge to find a horrific scene and a drunken man who has caused the accident. The man refuses to give or find any assistance, so Victor decides he must go for help himself, although it is miles away.
Here we notice that traditional Native American music is beginning to be played. Contrary to what we see in the present situation, this choice of music implies to the audience that there is another destination that Victor is running towards. Also, this music may function by adding intensity to the scene by the drums increasing in pace and volume throughout the montage. Carmen Borgia writes, "Music can make a scene seem to move faster or slower, and it can add or subtract dynamics from a scene. In this instance, it is obviously the former."
The fire scenes from the beginning of the film start to appear again here. As fire has been used as a motif throughout the film, here it finally comes full circle. Victor's greatest pain is the abandonment by his father, and his father's leaving stems from this fire. These flashbacks signify the shifting of Victor's awareness from the present to thoughts of his father and of his past.
Here we notice that the flashbacks are increasing in number, pace, and length. These cuts between the present and past become increasingly quicker and quicker, showing the inner turmoil of Victor's thoughts coming to the forefront. But then the quick cuts plateau and the shots of the fire become longer. This shows us that Victor's mind has begun to leave his present situation and totally occupy his memories.
Your dad talks about that fire every day. He cried about it.
Here, Victor is reminiscing on a previous conversation with Susie Song, as well as the memory of his father saving him from the fire. We can see that Victor is beginning to understand and connect what Susie was telling him, which he had previously disregarded. From the close-ups of his face, we can see that this connection has finally hit home and is extremely painful. As the scene intensifies, along with the music's pace, the audience can see that Victor is getting closer and closer to the resolution of forgiving his father. At the end of this sequence, the fire fizzles out to smoke as we pan away. It is important to note here the link between the fire, smoke, and the rebirth of Victor's father in a positive light. This also links us to the short story's title, in that similarly, a phoenix always rises from the ashes.
He wished he could have changed it. He wished he hadn't run away.
This flashback to Victor running as a child connects the film's running motif. We see Victor as a child running away from his problems, to him coming full circle in the present, running towards the resolution of his internal battle, to the eventual forgiveness of his father.
But you have to remember one thing, Victor. He ran back into that burning house looking for you. He did one good thing. He went back for you.
Everything in the world can fit inside this ball. It's all about magic, man. It's about faith.
Typically, in scenes involving Victor, the music has been rock and roll style. However, at the beginning of this montage, we hear the traditional Native American music. We relate this music to Victor's father, his heritage, and his past. In this shot, the two styles of music have melded together, which can be interpreted by the audience as the acceptance of his past as a part of his future. Without the use of dialogue, we are able to see Victor reaching his resolution. The final shot in this scene is of Thomas's version of Victor's father. This view of his father is extremely significant because it shows the audience that Victor has found peace with the version of his father that Thomas was trying to show him throughout the film. We can see that Victor's internal struggle to forgive his father is finally resolved as he reaches to grab his father's outstretched hand.